So we have been talking about HSPs, or highly sensitive person, as a framework that's helped me recover from burnout, and not only just recover from burnout, but also has helped me, I'm going to say, reclaim my life, or rather reclaim my joy in life, right? So I want to share that with you. I'm excited. Hi, I'm Deeptha. I am a holistic, integrative, creative arts therapist, and I use mind body tools like art therapy, EFT, or it's also called tapping, mindfulness techniques to help my clients heal by connecting to their body, to their emotions, to themselves, and find their way back to joy. The simplest way to explain highly sensitive person is that our nervous system is wired differently from others, from people who are not sensitive people. Now, I'm not going to say that they're insensitive people, it's different, right? So, going forward, when we talk about HSP and non HSP people, it's not a commentary on whether a person is caring or attentive. It's not that. We're talking about a nervous system and a neurological trait which makes a certain section, which is about 20% of our population, makes us highly sensitive or highly attuned. We have a heightened sense, right? So that is the definition of a highly sensitive person, right? So it's that if two people, one HSP and one non-HSP person, walks into a room, the non-HSP person might take in the furniture, will look at the number of people or acknowledge that there are 3 people in the room, and they'll go and find a seat. Now, an HSP person will walk in, will take in the emotions. How are these people feeling? There seems to be some kind of energy between them. Something must have happened. They will take in information in terms of what are the colors. Are the furniture matching? It's not matching. What is the smell in the room? How is the temperature in the room? So they use all of their senses. They take in a lot more information, and then they begin processing and making stories. So they do go into that room already loaded with certain stories, ideas, worries, and maybe even solutions, depending on what that setting is. So the HSP person might have taken in 2-3 cups loads of information, while the non-HS or the flip, the HSP person has just generated like 15 cups or one entire bucket load of information from walking into that room, and the non-HSP person maybe has one mugful of information, right? And that's pretty much the difference, I would say, in how an HSP and a non-HSP person might be going through life and going through their lives, which look very similar from the outside, but have a very different reality on the inside. The inner landscape for HSPs is very complex. It makes it very beautiful, of course, but also can make it very energy-wise very exhausting and draining if certain things are not put in place. For any of you who are wondering where along the spectrum, because HSP is a spectrum within itself. So the research shows that about 20%, 15 to 20% of the population will identify themselves as highly sensitive. Another 15 to 20% will identify as moderately sensitive. And then the rest of the population, there's a sharp fallout. So that spectrum doesn't continue. Then there's a very sharp fallout, and people will identify as just non-sensitive, like non-highly sensitive or non-sensitive. And there are a few assessments online. I'm going to put a link in the description for you to check where on the spectrum you are. Are you highly sensitive? Are you moderately sensitive? Or are you not HSP? It's helpful to just know, because I feel like the beginning of healing and is understanding ourselves, our self-knowledge, right? It started there for me. It was very clarifying. And beyond that, I think I was able to also now begin seeing people with a softer gaze. Now suddenly their needs I was able to look through the view of an HSP and have more grace and have more compassion. And if a particular smell or a sound was disturbing someone or bothering someone, now I'm much more attuned to these needs and just checking in and making sure that my friends or my colleagues or whoever I'm sharing space with, they're comfortable, right? So even if you do not suspect that this HSP thing I don't really resonate with, I hope that you'd stay on and watch some of these videos so that you get a better idea of who we are, these HSPs. We're sharing this world and space with you. And maybe this makes it easier and less confusing and less frustrating for you to be around us.